There are three types of economic activities. One
Okay.
is, first is business, second is profession, third is employment. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
what is business? What do we understand by business? Business refers to an occupation in which goods and services are produced and sold in return of money. As yesterday we were talking about economic activity.
Yes, ma'am.
Under economic activity, business is the category which which refers to the occupation where goods and services are produced and sold in return of money. It's carried out on a regular basis, and the prime objective of this particular business is profit making.
Yes,
Making of
ma'am.
profit. Business can
Yes, ma'am, what is the meaning of profit?
profit means when you are investing anything like
Okay.
any money you have invested. Suppose you have invested 10 rupees
Yes, ma'am.
and you received 15 rupees.
Okay.
5 rupees will be the extra money which you have received by investing the amount. So that extra amount will be the reward for your investment, and
Yes, ma'am.
those reward will be referred as profit.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
So business can be of any type: mining, manufacturing, trading, transporting, storing, banking. It can be of any type. Business can be of any type. Okay.
Okay.
So next is profession. So what is profession? Profession, for this particular profession, it requires specialize or specialization or skill. Why, you know? Because a profession is a kind of activity which can be conducted only by professionals.
Okay.
And professionals are those category of people who acquire special knowledge, special
Okay.
skill knowledge. For that very reason, they are referred as professionals, like doctor,
Yes, ma'am.
lawyers. So for becoming doctor or lawyer, you need to have specialized knowledge. For doctors, you have to have the degree of MBBS.
MBBS means what?
It's a degree. It's a degree. Okay.
Okay.
It's a medical degree. Every doctors need to have this
Yes, ma'am.
medical degree. Likewise, for lawyers, it has to be BLLB.
DLLB. Okay.
Okay. So these are some professional
So,
degrees.
okay.
These are some professional degrees which has to be there when you want to conduct your economic activities on the basis of profession.
Okay, ma'am.
And the last one is employment. So thus profession refers to an occupation which requires specialized knowledge and training to pursue it, and primary objective of every profession is to provide service. So just
Yes.
in the previous case, in the business, we have seen we need to produce any kind of goods when we are doing the business. But in case of profession, what we have to do? We have to have required specialized knowledge and training in order to conduct the service. All the
Okay.
professionals are providing service, and each and every professional has their own regulatory body. Regulatory body means, suppose if a doctor is there, then doctor has to get his certificate from IMA, Indian
Okay.
Medical Association. If an Indian Medical Association will approve him as a doctor, then only he can practice
Okay.
the process of treatment. If IMA will not approve, then the doctor cannot practice his service. Okay. Like the same way, when it is a lawyer has to take approval from Bar Council. Each and every place has its own bar council. Bar council means it's a council for lawyers. Okay,
Okay.
based on the legal system. So each and every professionals have their own regulatory body and have their code of conduct. Code of conduct means they have their own system of working. Okay,
Okay.
they have their own system of working. Then next is employment. Employment is an agreement or contract between two persons. One is the employer and another one is the employee.
Employee.
Yes, employer and employee. Employer gives the contract to the employee and employee agrees to the contract on the paid amount, that is salary. Either it will be salary or it can be wages. If it is wages, it will be daily or weekly, and when it is a monthly system, it is salary.
Salary.
Yes, salary. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see they have their regular working hours.
Yes, ma'am.
Their working hours, and employer offer them employment. Normally, besides these conditions, the person seeking a job must join the work. Okay. And
Yes,
as
ma'am.
per the remuneration payable by the employer.
Okay.
Just a minute, Alina. Yes, other student has not joined.
Yes, ma'am. I have checked. Actually, Bhumin has exam today, and one another has not able to join the same time. And I'm just checking one more students also.
Okay. So
Okay.
what they are asking? It's from 3:15 they are asking.
Sorry.
It's the 3:15 time they are asking.
Uh, I will confirm, ma'am, with the students and let you know, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So, Elena, then
Yes, ma'am.
we'll go for this difference. Difference
Okay.
between these three economic activities. One is first is business, profession, and employment.
Yes, ma'am.
So, business, nature of work. We are going to differ it on the basis of nature of work. At first, supply of goods and services to the customers for money is known as business.
Okay.
Okay. Then second one is profession. Specialized personal services for a fee with discretion to work. Discretion to work means with an intention to work, obligation to work. Okay. So this is known as profession. And the last one is performing work according to the orders of the employer with no discretion. No discretion means there is no such particular category of working. They
Okay.
have to work as which work has been assigned to them. They have to do the work. This is employment. Next, in business, no minimum qualification is required. Anyone can do this, can join the business. And for profession, definitely education and training in specific field is necessary. Here also, you need to have the specialized knowledge. You need not to have the specialized knowledge, but you need the basic information, basic education.
Okay.
General degree, basic education is required here. Then capital. In business, there is a requirement of huge capital as per the nature and size of the business. If the size of the business is large, suppose if you are doing large scale business, your
Yes.
investment requirement will be large. If you are doing small scale business, your investment requirement will be less.
Okay.
In profession, only a limited capital requirement is there. If a doctor wants to start his own clinic,
Yes, ma'am.
then the requirement will be as much amount is required for establishing the clinic. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And for employment, no capital required. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then profits, motivation. How the businessmen get motivated. All the businessmen usually get motivated with the earning of profit. As more profit they are earning, they are feeling motivated towards that. Then professionals. Professionals have fixed fees. They have a fixed amount of fees. Then next is for employment, for employed people, they have fixed wage or salary.
Yes, ma'am.
Then risk, there is risk of loss. Profit are uncertain. Means, nobody can say that every year I will be having this much of profit.
Yes, ma'am.
Not possible. So profit is uncertain. But here fixed income or means is possible unless the professional will not neglect their duty.
Yes, ma'am.
If doctor is going to his chamber, doing his service, means rendering his services properly, then there will be a fixed sort of income. And
Okay.
if he is neglecting his duty, then the fixed income will not be possible.
Possible. Yes, ma'am.
Then regular fixed wages or salaries or no risk. Here for employment we have that at the end of the month this much amount is fixed. So no risk is there. Until and unless my job will not get terminated, my
Yes, ma'am.
income will not stop.
Okay.
So code of conduct in business, actually there are no code of conduct in the business, but in professional they have to maintain the code of conduct to maintain high standards of profession in order to be in the streamline, in order to be in the channel of the professionals, they need to follow the code of conduct.
Yes, ma'am.
And in employment, contractual terms and conditions of the employment, like as per the agreement which we have signed with the employer, so whatever is written there, that is the contractual agreement.
Okay.
Now few in-text questions here also we have. The economic activity in which one is engaged on a regular basis is called his, her. His, her what? Helena?
Yes, occupation.
Yeah, occupation also we can say here business also. Okay. It can be
Okay.
referred as business also.
Yes, ma'am.
Then a professional requires dash and training in particular field.
Ma'am, specialized knowledge.
Yes, correct. Specialized knowledge. Okay.
Okay.
And the occupation in which people work for others and earn fixed income is called
Employment.
very good. Employment.
Employment.
Yes, employment. Very good. It's employment. Then what is the next? A professional body regulates every profession by laying down the dash for all professionals.
Because code of conduct.
Very good. Code of conduct. Okay. Then
Yes.
the terms and conditions of employment are decided by the
Employer.
very good. Decided by the employer. Okay. Then
Yes, ma'am.
shift to the next part.
Ma'am, you missed the E. Employer.
No, I have not written the whole thing. Only I have written half of the spelling.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay. That's fine, ma'am. Okay.
Match the phrases in column A with
Okay.
in column B.
Okay.
Primary objective of the business.
Make profit, making profit.
Exactly. Making profit. Primary objective of profession.
Miss, I know the providing service.
Yes. Essential requirement for a profession.
Professional Specialized skill.
Special skill. Yes.
Special skill.
Yes. Occupation of a chartered accountant.
No, profession.
Yes. So it is clear.
Yes, ma'am. This part is clear to
Then
me.
moving to the next part, details of business. That is only the small introduction we did about business. Now we have moved to meaning of business. You find
Yes.
a variety of goods available in the market. In the market,
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
see variety of goods. Okay. So
Okay.
actually all these goods are produced at some specific places. Then somebody brings these goods from place of production to the place of distribution. Only then
Yes, ma'am.
we are able to buy this good. Suppose a good has been produced in the factory.
Factory.
Yes. Each and every good is produced in the factory. And from factory, the transporters are bringing it into the market.
Market. Okay.
And we are getting the goods from the market. So
Okay.
this particular place is known as the place of production, and this particular place is known as the place of distribution.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, other children no came yet.
They have the problem is the timing problem. They are going to the school or
Okay.
NIOS center. I don't know exactly. So and somebody is having exam. One of them is having exam, and
Okay.
two of them is having this timing issue. Yesterday they were telling na to start
Okay.
class from 3:15. 3:15. I told yes it can, but only half an hour class you will be getting.
Okay. Ma'am, I know I don't have time because I have other class at 4 every time, 4 o'clock.
They also have. They are saying that you start from 3:15 and you finish by 3:50. Then 10 minutes rest they will take and they will join from 4. So
Okay.
let's see if they have issues. Then we'll shift the class 15 minutes later.
Yes, ma'am, that is also fine. 3:15 to 3:50.
Yeah. So let us see what they are that person who joined. Na, he is talking to them.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. So
Fine.
this is the place of distribution from where we get the goods as per our requirement. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Then so business can be defined. Sorry, in all the above activities, we have seen that there are basically three activities: production, distribution, purchase, or sale. Okay, for goods
Okay.
and services. One monetary gain is expected in each case, and also they are performed on continuous basis. So thus, business may be defined as an activity involving regular production or purchase of goods and services for sale, transfer and exchange with an object of earning profit. So this is the definition of business.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Then characteristics of business. One by one, we'll go with the characteristics or nature of the business. The first is deals in goods and services. Business always deals in goods and services. Like business can be for both the things. It can be for goods as well as services. People in business are engaged in production and distribution of goods and services. Like goods like bread, butter, milk, tea, etc. Or capital goods like plant, machinery, equipment, etc. And they provide us services like transportation, banking, insurance, warehousing, advertising, and so on. So these are the things we use in our daily life.
Okay.
Okay. Now next is sale or exchange of goods and services. Whatever goods are there, whatever services are there, what we do, we sell or exchange. Services are exchanged and goods are sold.
Okay.
So when consumption a product or for self-consumption or for gifting it to other, he is not engaged in business. Suppose a person produces or buys a good for himself or gifting it to somebody else, will not be considered as business. Why? Because he is using the thing for himself. But when he produces or buys goods to sell it to somebody, he engaged in business activities. Thus, in business, the goods and services produced or purchased must be exchanged for money or for goods under barter system between buyers and sellers. Okay,
Okay.
that means whatever good you are purchasing, it must be sold. If you
Yes.
are purchasing, if you are a purchaser, if you are a buyer, the good has to be sold.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Alina, you have heard. In between, I thought there is connection problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Alina, hello.
Hello. Yes, miss. You can hear me now.
Yes. You have
Okay.
heard me.
Yes,
You heard me.
Yes, miss. I heard you.
Okay. So the sale or exchange of goods and services is referred as is one of the characteristics of business.
Okay.
Then we have regular exchange of goods and services. See, if continuous activity or continuation of the activity is required in business. It's not like that one day I have opened the shop and one day I have closed it. Then the business will not run. It has to be in a continuous process. Okay.
Okay.
And next characteristic is it requires investment. A huge amount of investment is required. If you want to establish your business, you require factors of production, and factors of production are land, labor or capital, and all the other resources which is essential in order to start the business.
Yes, ma'am.
Another characteristic is aims at earning profit. Huge amount of at least the minimum amount of profit is required. It has to be earned if you are rendering the business activity. Then involves risk and uncertainty of income. Risk and uncertainty
Yes, ma'am.
are the integral part of the business. Whenever we are talking about business, we must talk about risk and uncertainty.
Okay.
It has to be there. Until and unless any of the businessmen will take the risk, they will not be able to get the profit.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Then from where this business has evolved? Evolution of business. So the business has evolved. You see, India has a very rich cultural heritage. However, it is not known to many that India was a well-developed country in terms of economy. Earlier, India was a very well-developed country. And business, excavations, written records, literature, and above all, India's immense wealth that
Yes.
attracted several foreigners to attack India. In the history, we have seen that there are many things which tempted the foreigners to come and attack our country. Okay,
Okay.
so many testimonials, like many artifacts, has been looted from our country. We
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
have this, all those things. So all because of these things. So since from the beginning we know how to do the business.
Okay.
So business is since from the beginning. So the Indian civilization was not only agricultural based, but there was also flourishing trade and commerce, both inside and outside the country. It has contributed immensely to the world of business in different fields. Indian business was a unique, innovative, dynamic, and qualitatively superior to many other countries. We had a rich brand of handicraft.
Okay.
Indians were having a rich,
Handicraft.
yes, handicraft, artifacts we have. many traditional things we still have with us. Okay, so since from
Hmm.
the beginning we know how to do the business. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
in the early days, Indian economy was totally based on agriculture. People used to produce whatever they required for their self-consumption, and later on they have learned how to get the income from this process of agriculture.
Yes, ma'am.
Previously, what they do, they used to produce that much which will be sufficient for their self-consumption. That is subsistence farming. They were doing only subsistence farming, but later on they came to know that if we will keep some extra, some surplus, then those surpluses can be sold into the market, and by selling it we can earn money.
Okay.
So after learning this, they gradually increase their efficiency, and the system of exchanging surplus items with the items of need was evolved. So the system of barter system evolved. When they came to know that things can be exchanged, then the system of barter system started, and this was the beginning of trade. From here
Okay.
only the trade has been started. That means selling their things or exchanging their things. So it is
Okay.
normally understood that India has progressed a great deal in the modern times, especially after independence. In the field of business and trade, India has become a strong country in terms of
Okay.
industrial growth, so that we are able to produce almost all goods of our use indigenously. Means when we have learnt about the trade, then we came to know that we can produce as much good as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in fact, India has a very rich heritage in trade and commerce, which can make India feel proud. People will be surprised to know that India began its journey in the field of trade and commerce as 5000 BC historical evidence, like 5000 BC, before Christ. So, it is a very means a heritage and very primitive old type of things we have. Earlier,
Okay.
what we used to do, we used to sell textiles, jewelry, pottery, clay,
Okay.
clay work, or stitching work, embroidery,
Yes.
many things earlier people used to trade. Then for that very reason, the Britishers has come to our country, as we were
Yes, ma'am.
as we were doing trading with the other parts of the country. So for that very reason, British people also came to our country, and they have changed the entire trading scenario.
Okay.
So that is history that we'll not discuss. What we'll discuss here, that since from the beginning we know that we are a very good traders. So we used to export the things as well as import many items. So exporting things are metals like brass, copper idols, vessels, ornaments, and piece of decorations. All these are handicrafts and artifacts which were
Yes, ma'am.
used to export to the other country, and we used to import the essential requirement of our country from the other countries. Okay,
Okay.
so India has also contributed to the world of trade and business in the number of ways. Previously, the we were having one business form, or one type of business, or one business form, is that joint Hindu family business. People in the previous time, they were having joint family, and each and every family used to conduct one business activity. So
Yes, ma'am.
we used to have joint Hindu family business in the previous era. So that means the evolution of business has taken place from the year from 5000 BC.
Okay.
Since from the beginning only we know what is trading, what is commerce. We are not only entertained, we are not only entitled with the agriculture. We are having many other sources of business activities.
Okay, ma'am.
So Rahul, a shopkeeper, is engaged in number of activities which he calls a business. Examine each of them and state whether do you agree with him or not. Write agree or disagree against each of the statements.
Yes, agree.
Rahul sold bread to customers in his shop.
Agree.
Agree. That means he is doing business. He bought a pen to gift it to his younger sister.
Disagree.
Yes, it is not a business. Then he sold his old television set to his neighbor for rupees 3,000.
Disagree.
Disagree. Rahul bought eggs from the poultry farm to sell to his customers.
Agree.
Agree. Rahul sells a packet of milk worth rupees 10 to a customer for rupees 12.
Agree.
Rahul bought vegetables worth rupees 30 for his family.
Disagree.
Yes. He distributed biscuits free of cost to poor children from his shop.
Agree.
Free of cost.
Disagree.
Yes, free of cost. Yes. Now, if given below are some statements about business. Some are right and some are wrong.
Yes.
You need to tell right and wrong. Business has
Okay.
no role to play in national integration.
W.
What?
W.
W. Wrong. Yes. Business does not contribute to improvement in the standard of living of the people.
W.
W. Yes. Industrial research is carried out to develop new and innovative products.
R.
Industrial research is carried out to develop new and innovative products.
Miss, it is R.
Right. Right. It is
Right.
R. Industries used to conduct various research and development work so that the new products can be introduced. Okay.
Okay.
Business does not allow import of goods from foreign countries.
W.
Business helps in reducing poverty by generating employment.
R.
Yes. Business creates a positive image of the country through display and sale of products in international trade fairs and exhibitions.
Miss, it is R. Right.
Okay. So next, classification of objectives of business.
Yes.
We have many objectives, so will not be like all the objectives are there. Many objectives are there. So today we'll be doing only first objective, the economic objective.
Yes, ma'am.
So economic objective, what does economic objective mean? Economic objective means the earning capacity of an individual or earning capacity of a businessman is known as economic objective.
Yes.
As it is associated with monetary factors, so it has a economic objective. So which are the things? Which are the things which comes under economic objective? First is profit earning.
Profit earning.
Yes, profit earning is the major economic activity. The major economic objectives of a businessman is to earn profit. And how the profit can be earned? By creation of customers. More number of customers can be created so that the number of sales can be increased, and if the number of sales can be increased, the profit can be made.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Then continuous innovation. Continuous innovation means just now we have talked about research and development. If a company is having 5 products, okay,
Yes,
company
yes.
is having 5 types of products, and each and every product has a very good market. So this is the situation for now. After
Okay.
10 years, the situation may change. But the situation may change. How and why? How means the people will now not interested to purchase all these 5 products.
Okay.
Condition why? Because every day there are new brands or new varieties of products are coming into the market. So people
Okay.
will never want to stick to the same commodity which is providing the same benefit year after year.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? So
Okay.
you can take the example of mobile phones. Earlier we were having keypad phones, that button phone, and
Okay.
now we are having smartphones, and then we are having tablets. Now we are having palm top. So many things are
Okay.
there. Even now we have this digital watch also.
Yes, ma'am. This watch.
Yes. So
Yes, ma'am.
which means that gradually there is innovation. Continuous
Okay.
innovations are there. So if you will not innovate yourself, your product will not get sold in the market.
Okay, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, best possible use of resources. Whichever resources is available to you as a businessman should use maximum of the resources.
Okay.
If you are not using your resources properly, it means your production capacity will reduce and your profit making will reduce. If you will not use the resource, you cannot produce more. If there will be no production, there will be no selling. If there will be no selling, there will be no profit making.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, and as per economic objective, we have to have the profit.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the first objective we have completed.
Okay.
So will not go for any more objectives because there are many. You can see profit earning. How profit earning can be done with the help of creation of customers,
Yes.
continuous innovation, and best possible use of resources. And
Yes.
one thing in the business, the condition of the business is highly dynamic. Okay,
Yes,
highly
ma'am.
dynamic. Dynamic means ever changing. It is always changing.
Yes, ma'am.
Just now I have given you one example from
Yes.
keypad phone to digital watch.
Yes.
What a transformation. And if we'll go few more years back, so earlier we used to have only landline phones.
Okay.
We even don't know that we can have this land, land
Mobile
mobile,
phones.
yes, mobile phones. So which means the process of continuous innovation is there. So as a businessman, the innovation should be there in order to stay with the economic objectives.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll be keeping till this part, and
Yes, ma'am.
tomorrow we'll move ahead with the next part.
Yes, ma'am.
Probably if the students will join, and like then we can go. Okay, few in text questions are here also.
Yes, ma'am.
Creation of demand for goods is the primary objective of business.
Yes,
True.
it is true.
True. Yes, it is true. Profits are expected to be earned by businessmen in proportion to the amount of capital invested in the business.
False.
No. True.
True only, ma'am. True.
If
Sorry.
you are investing 10 rupees,
Yes, ma'am.
you will definitely want to have the profit as per 10 rupees.
Ma'am, I have question more answer more than 10 rupees.
Yes. So you will be having more than 10 rupees. That means you must have this proportion that whatever
Okay.
I have invested, I should get more.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
That is known as return on investment, ROI.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
It is not always necessary for businessmen to make the best possible use of materials.
Yes, false. No, true only, ma'am. True.
It is false.
Ma'am, I was correct. False only.
To understand the question, it is not always necessary. Means it is
Yes, ma'am.
necessary. It is necessary for each and every business person to make the best possible use of the materials.
False.
Yeah. So businessmen should use profits earned from the business only for their own living.
Only him. No.
No.
False.
For the growth and expansion of the business.
Okay.
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 So generation of employment is the primary economic objective of business.
Business. True.
But
True.
it's not only the primary economic objective. They have many other objectives. So it is basically, it is there, but not primary.
Okay, so false, ma'am.
Yes,
False, false.
it is
Okay,
not
ma'am.
the primary. Their primary economic